kangarooq.com. Hello and welcome to Kangaroo Q. Get business hopping. We know you need your business to succeed. Kangaroo Q is designed to improve your business through better efficiency, process management, delegation, and accountability. Optimize your business at any scale by using one efficient framework for customer communication, workflow generation, team management, and order processing. The basic unit in Kangaroo Q is workflows, and the way of using them is fairly simple. First, you define your workflow, which involves defining the steps in your business process, including instructions for your people or workers, and composing messages to be automatically sent to your customers as steps are completed. After you've defined your workflow, you'll be ready to create and process orders, whether manually, entered by yourself, your workers or managers, or through a public form. As you enter your customer's information or they enter it themselves, you'll be able to complete steps and have messages and instructions sent automatically. In other words, you define your business process once and you're able to use it again and again. You can edit it at any time, move steps, and refine orders as they happen. At this point, people in your organization can easily receive instructions and fulfill orders while sending automatic updates to your customers consistently along the way simply by pressing a button. You can create as many different workflows as you like and reuse them for future orders. Add workers, managers, and owners to your company account. Become more efficient, accountable, and engaging. Your process excellence improves, especially over time through iterations. Order fulfillment becomes more consistent and satisfying, and scalability is at your fingertips. Let's sign in and jump right to it. So here we have a demo account, and we've prepared a few workflows to just give you a sense of the range of applications. Anything from your personal use, like a daily workout, to different kinds of businesses. In Kangaroo Q, this is where you manage your workflows from. In your settings, you can manage other elements, such as your individual profile, your company account, your teams, members, and subscription. Let's take a look at members. Here are some demo members for Kangaroo Q demo. As you can see, there are different defined roles, such as managers and workers. If I want to change somebody's level, I can edit their membership and change their role. I can assign them to different teams. For example, new garden planters, which is a team that I prepared for installing new gardens. A manager can do everything except edit the account and the subscription, while workers can simply work the orders. We'll invite somebody. We'll just invite Joe Rue. And let's make Joe a manager. So Joe, pardon me, just received an email inviting him to join Kangaroo Q. We have plenty of other people, though, for our current demonstration. Let's have a look again at workflows. For our purposes, we'll be looking at planting a garden. In Kangaroo Q, workflows are your unit of application. A workflow is a series of work steps or actions. In Kangaroo Q, a workflow is comprised of steps and is actualized as an order. Here are some steps. So a workflow is a generalized series of steps and their associated state-dependent actions that can be used again and again for different orders. Let's have a look at proposed garden area for your site. Let's say we wanted to edit it. Here we can edit the details. Timers. When is it past due? They have 3 days to complete this step before they'll be past due and receive a notification, meaning your workers. And other state-dependent steps. When the step is ready, instructions will be sent out to the internal recipients, which is generally your company members. In this case, we've assigned a team, and we've BCC'd Kangaroo Q Demo. That means that Kangaroo Q Demo, in this case the owner of the account, will receive all messages, so they know what's going on. These are instructions, and this is a text message. So this is the text message. And instructions email. This instructs your workers or manager or the team, they're all subsets of each other, to what they should do. This is great when you have a repeated process and you want to make sure there's clarity and also accountability. Meanwhile, when your worker completes the actual step, these messages are created. Here's an example of a message that will be sent to the customer. Oh, my bad, this is still a internal. See, that's an internal recipient. We were wanting to look at external recipients, which means customers. Customer completed email. And we can see here it's sent to the customer. If I uncheck it, now it would no longer be sent to the customer. So this is what the customer will receive as an email. And again, for processes that are repeated again and again, I no longer have to individually compose or copy paste or manage my email flow. It takes care of itself. So each step sequentially can be managed in this way. Let's have a look at some orders. So here are some orders that we've entered, which again can be done by a public form or manually entering them. We'll have a look at Jamie Wallaby. So your worker, your manager, or yourself would be seeing something like this for this individual order. It tells you the date it was started, the phone number. Here we have a demo phone number where the customer can receive text message updates if you choose. And you can see these are steps that have been completed. And this then gives us our current step. It automatically opens appropriately. It has the instructions for your workers and the message that will be sent to your customer. We can skip it or complete it. In this case, let's say we completed it. Order step completed. Now all those messages that we saw have been sent that were state dependent to completed. Now we're on to the next one. In the ready state, your workers or other internal members assigned to the step will receive these instructions. Once it's completed and they hit the complete button, then the customer receives this message, formatted accordingly for email. Let's have a look back. Let's have a look at the public form so you can take orders automatically when a customer enters their own data. With the publish form, we now have a URL that we can copy paste. And if we care to view the form directly, we can simply view the form. In this case, you would put your own logo and can customize it in other ways. The customer will enter their name and email address and phone if they choose. A start date if they want a specific start date. If not, it will begin immediately, and submit the order. Let's go ahead and give a quick example. And we'll leave the phone blank, but we'll pick a start date. Start on Thursday. Whoops, let's go back, I made a mistake. And we submit. And our order has been submitted successfully. So now we can go back to where the orders are, and we can see here's Bob Brew. There's currently a delay because the first step is automatic. After an hour, he'll receive a message telling him that we're processing his order. This gives us a little bit of breathe time before we really have to get going. Let's go back and have a look at some more workflows. So there's a vast array of kinds of workflows that you can prepare. As you see, it's really easy. If I want to make a new step, I'll simply add new step. I can do a standard step, which must be completed by an account member, or an automatic step. This is great for email drip campaigns, or anything where you basically want there to be some time and then an automatic message sent to your customer, client, or whoever the recipient of the order is. Let's walk through a standard step. Let's give this a follow-up. We'll call this gardening follow-up. At this point, we will have completed all those other steps. We want to make sure that the customer is happy. Check customer satisfaction. And the account members, we're going to say, please call the customer to verify they are happy with garden installation. And in this case, maybe we don't need follow-up because it's just a direct order, so we won't complete a customer email here. We can see the teams that have been assigned to this workflow are automatically generated. And we'll give our person from the last one, let's say 5 days to complete this before it will be past due, at which time the step will become red and assigned workers will receive a notice telling them that this step is past due. At this point, we now have another option to customize any other details. So some messages, as you can see, are essentially auto-generated. But if we want, we could of course edit these. These are internal, past due. I'm going to add, please follow up quickly to make sure the client is happy. And we'll update that email. Likewise, the step is skipped or when it's completed. In this case, let's say they're happy. We might then want to add another action, like pipeline. At this point, the order is basically completed, and we might want to move this same customer into a new pipeline. Call this gardening follow-up. And all our workflows are here that are available for us to put them in. We just did plant a garden, so this is now garden tending. We'll create a pipeline. That means that when this order step is completed, within our system, they will now be moved into another workflow. This is great for follow-up campaigns, or let's say that you have something that requires some additional accounting or legal work. You can fork or move. In this case, it's a pipeline, so it's moving the order to accommodate other kinds of actions that you might have necessary from a business perspective. So this is just a general idea, an example of, again, Kangaroo Q's application, in this case for planting a garden. We can also edit the workflow header, which sets some conditions and overview of the purpose of your workflow, including dashboard visibility, whether you want the customer to be able to see all the steps, only the completed steps, or no customer dashboard at all. We can decide if we wanted this to be an internal workflow, in which case there is no customer per se. It happens within the company. You could think of this as a company workflow. Or in the case where you might not have the client's actual email and text messaging. So in that case, you might add some information when you create the order as to their address or something else to be able to contact them. If you would like your order or your workflows to have a specific start date, you simply click here. Doesn't mean they have to, but then you'll have the option. Otherwise, they always start when you create them. And again, this defines for additional steps. It essentially pre-populates those steps. You can always edit them, remove them, or put them back, and it will cascade through, affecting additional steps. So why does Kangaroo Q matter to you? Well, communicating proactively with your customers and company members helps you achieve consistent results, good teamwork, and collective satisfaction. Providing clear instructions and accountability tools for your organization keeps your business hopping. If it's a process that you're only going to do one time, I wouldn't use Kangaroo Q for that. But if it's a process you're going to do more than one time, you define it here once and then can use it repeatedly, iterate and improve over time until you have a really fine-tuned process and communications that don't take up your time constantly having to write the same thing over and over again, or you're not sure if this person got the instructions. With Kangaroo Q, you know who's accountable. Moreover, just as an example, it will also show you who actually completed the steps. So let's look at a completed step. We can see here, oh, Kangaroo Q demo completed this step, and also the time it was completed. This is helpful for any number of reasons, as you can imagine. And likewise, if we skip a step, we can also do that. The order step is skipped, and we've moved on. So to review, Kangaroo Q provides a straightforward communication, order processing, and workflow management framework to optimize your business through better process design, execution, efficiency, communication, delegation, and accountability. You need your business to succeed. Kangaroo Q gives you a framework to help make that happen, providing you with the ability to scale both your instructions as you onboard new employees, your communications as you process more orders, and your accountability as things become more complicated. Kangaroo Q helps you keep it simple and to the core. Please feel free to call us at any time with any questions. And we hope that you have found some value in this brief demonstration. Thank you. KangarooQ.com. Get business hopping.